weapon variant equals variance dot dagger. Since I have a dagger, I'm going to do this one. Then what we would do is I would instantiate the object to that. So the object of the weapon, the weapons themselves, these ones here, I would instantiate the weapon onto the mount point with, or onto him, and then put the texture 2D onto the screen that way. So what we'll end up doing is we'll take the weapon and we'll go ahead and put the weapon on him. So we would say guard bot, and since I added a weapon down here, where'd it go? Right here. We're going to do this a little bit differently. We're not going to attach anything to him directly. We're going to do it based on the melee weapon class. So we would actually do this, and that way he would get the dagger, and then upon doing that, I would do picture. Let me think here. Let me think. Let's think here. Okay, so it actually won't work without a long drawn-out process, and I don't think it's necessary. Basically, to tell you what I'd have to do, I'd have to create a game object, a mesh, which I guess, if you want me to, I will, and I guess we will. So what's going to happen here is we're going to change this weapon image to a transform. So under base melee, we're actually going to change this to a transform. And what we're going to do then is we're going to go in here, and we're going to basically, for the sake of this, we have to make weapon images and basically create a game object, and GUI texture. And we're going to add the dagger to it, like so, and for the game, why is the game not showing it? That's what I want to know. Oh, why is it not showing it? What the? Remove component, delete, create. Those are sprites, can't use that. Why do you guys make me do these things? Net UI. I guess it will have to be a sprite. So we'll have to go in here, and we'll have to go back on Forge and resources. Nope. Examples, action bar, textures. Where is the dagger? There it is. It's under example skins fantasy. Example skins fantasy. Oh, there it is right there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to duplicate this. We're going to show it in Explorer. Come on with it. And I'm going to copy it and put it you can't see because of my other screen, but I'm putting it in a different folder in our weapons image folder, because I'm going to change it to a sprite so that I can kind of show you what is going on. And then if we go back in here, assets, weapon images, dagger, it's a sprite for 2D and UI, sprite mode, single, and that's all fine and dandy. So what that does is it allows us to create a sprite now, and what we would do is we would take an empty object and we would say dagger sprite. Now sprites can be animated and stuff. I would end up doing that, of course, if we got, the proper stuff. So, but since I don't have an animated one, we're just going to have to it's not going to let me add the component, so we're just going to do it this way. And we're going to do dagger sprite. And it's going to be the dagger. As you can see, it's a little bit big, so we'll put it down to 0.5. Still a little bit big, so we'll do 3. 0.3. And we're going to put that basically at 0, 0, because it's going to be put somewhere else. Now that we have a sprite here, this little dude here, we're going to basically tell that our dagger, this can go away, delete this, our weapon images and our dagger. Okay, so we got our weapon and we got our weapon dagger, and the weapon image is a sprite, and it's not supposed to be a transformer, it's supposed to be a sprite. So because I decided not to do the plain way, I decided to do the sprite way, which is actually cleaner anyway, because I don't have to have a 3D object in a 2D scene. And sprite, there we go. And then we have a dagger. Okay, so that's our dagger sprite. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our melee dagger and we're going to put him on the mount point, and we're going to make sure that it is, and it is, because when I attached him to the mount point, it automatically assumes it's 0, 0, 0 location on that object. If I had it at 0, 0 when it's down here, as you can see, all my transforms are. So what's that's going to do now? Okay, now that we have that, we're going to tell the transform to be .find, and it's going to be weapon mount point .transform. That way we're setting it to the weapon mount point of the particular weapon hero that it was added to. I did this wrong. Not in my head today. So what we're going to do here is Control X that. I should have left it over on attach because I'm a tard. The guard bot does need to have it attached to him prior to. And what that does is it gives me a chance to figure out what it is. Because this melee weapon is on the dagger. This is the weapon prefab itself going on to him. So I have made it on the mount point, which is good. Now what we're going to do is, if the weapon type is variant, when we spawn the weapon into the game, when they go into battle, or if we put it on the hero or whatever, what we have to do is get over the sickness. What we have to do is tell it what image we want to use. So because we have a weapon image right on our base melee class, we can use that immediately. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a instantiate on as a game object, basically. So it's going to be game object, and we're going to call this weapon display, which we could probably change it. Let's do weapon icon equals instantiate, and it's going to be weapon image, because we already have it as and its position is vector3.0, and its quaternion dot identity as far as rotation goes, because we don't really need it as game object. So what that's going to do is that's going to spawn an image where we need it to be, right there at 0, 0, 0. Right now it's not currently a parent, a child of anything, and we need it to be a child of something, and we're going to make it a child of dot transform dot parent equals transform dot, actually it would be, we would need to set it to the mount point, so we would actually set it to my's transforms parent. The reason being is because my transform currently is the melee dagger, and it's a child of weapon mount point. So that means that if I set the parent of the icon of said weapon to the transform parent of me, then it would also be mounting to the weapon mount point. And now, if I did this correctly, when we start, we should have a little dagger icon right over this guy's hand. If not, we will fix it, because we always do. We did not. So it says here that object reference is not set to an instance of an object. That is a problem, because that is clearly right there. So what we have to do is we need to find out why. So it's on 21. So we need to find line 21. And it's right here. So this thing does not seem to think that we exist. Weapon icon transparent, the transform parent does not exist. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to set it to go ahead and be a parent of this pre-existing deal. I don't know. It may not like the fact that I was trying to step up, so we will give that a whirl. It says object reference to an instance, and I'm wondering if it's not getting created at all. So let's find out. Before we go trying to parent it, let's see if it's even creating our image the way it's supposed to. Yes, it is. Not. It is not. Okay, so we're actually not getting the instantiate to happen, and that is kind of a problem, because the weapon image is clearly existent. It's right there. Right there. Dagger. Dagger sprite. And I don't know why it would be doing that exactly, because that makes no sense. Okay, so they want to be complete jerks about it. They want me to make a game object out of it, which is super dumb, by the way, which I already did, which is why, I was going to do that. What am I doing, guys? Man, this is rough. I'm having a rough day. I'm just not in it today. The weapon image actually has to be a game object. Just not in it today. This is going to change. It's going to be improper. Type mismatch. Dagger prefab. Now it should create it. Yes.